Hi again, everyone. Gary Digital Williams here on Boxing Along the Beltway with a very special edition of a news and notes. We had a situation take place this week, and we're going to have to redo a preview that we had earlier this month for a card. Now, what happened was, and before we do that, let me tell you that Beltway Boxing News and Notes and this special edition of Beltway Boxing News and Notes brought to you by Real-Time Pain Relief, from boxers to ballerinas, for shoulder pain and muscle strain and everything in between. Boxing Along the Beltway recommends Real-Time Pain Relief, the natural, plant-based, safe, fast, and effective ointment. And if you go to www.freepainoffer.com, buy $10 worth of Real-Time Pain Relief, you get a free $10 tube of Real-Time Pain Relief. Rub it on. The pain is gone in real time. Now, here's what happened. After we did the podcast yesterday, concerning primarily the 15th card, we said during the podcast that the July 13th card, which we'll be broadcasting live from Michael's 8th Avenue in Glen Burnie, Maryland, beginning around 9 o'clock Eastern Time, p.m., we said that card was pretty much intact. Well, no sooner did we get off the air last night that I got an email, and the email basically showed that the entire card for July 13th, this coming Thursday night, was revamped. So we decided to do this podcast to do another preview of that card because there are some substantial changes to the card, and we want to keep you aware of those changes. Now, the main event was originally scheduled to be Jesse the Beast Niccolo taking on Sherman Artis. Well, for whatever reason, Artis is no longer on the card. So Niccolo will now be in a rematch, an 8-round rematch against Chauncey Grim Fields of Lynchburg, Virginia. Now, the two of them faced each other back on January 13th at Michael's 8th Avenue. You heard that bout here on the Box On About a Google app for Android. And Niccolo won an 8-round unanimous decision in that bout. Niccolo is 26-8-3, 8 KOs. We said he's undefeated in the state of Maryland, 24-0-3. All 8 of those wins in the 8 of those knockouts in the state of Maryland. But he hasn't fought since that last meeting with Fields. Fields, however, has fought twice, losing to Gary O'Sullivan, who's a well-known, Spike O'Sullivan, who's a well-known title contender, and Gabriel Pham. Fields is 4-3 with 2 knockouts. Now, I think there's another reason behind this bout. Just my personal opinion. Take it for what it's worth. I could be wrong. But there has been talk for the last few weeks about a third matchup between Jesse Niccolo and Scott Cujo Sigmund. Sigmund just happens to train Chauncey Fields. So I don't know if that one can be connected with the other, but I have a feeling there's something behind this. I mean, because in all honesty, Scott Sigmund has his fighters that he trains at the Hurt Factory in Lynchburg to go pretty much at any time. Okay, a number of them do. But I really do believe the reason for the bout is a possibility of a third matchup between Niccolo and Sigmund. Each man has won one bout against one another. And as I've said before, they have a very, very interesting relationship. They have been friends. They have trained together. And they have been bitter enemies at one time, too. So it's a bizarre situation. And I'm just speculating that this could play into this as well. So Jesse Niccolo takes on Chauncey Fields in the main event. It's a rematch from bout in January that Niccolo won by unanimous decision. Co-feature has a different look. Dangerous Donald Walls out of Baltimore, Maryland. He was originally scared to take on the guy that knocked out Stephon Morris, Shane Curtin, out of North Carolina. However, he won't be on that card. In fact, the two guys that were scheduled to be on this card that were on the Burns card last month will not be on the card. Neither he nor Matt Murphy will be on the card. But Walls has an interesting opponent coming up, because his opponent will be the return of the Uzbek warrior Zarbek Nishanbayev out of Arlington, Virginia. He's originally from Kyrgyzstan, and this bout is now scheduled for 4 rounds. Really, Wallace was scheduled to be in a 6-round bout. Wallace is 2-0-1, 1 KO. As we said, he will try to elevate from that 6-round draw, that tough 6-round draw he had with Gregory Clark on the last Michaels card. That was on May 12th. Now, Nishanbayev is 2-1, 1 KO. He has not fought since losing a 4-round split decision to Vance Nwapuda. That was on July of 2015 at the Horseshoe Casino in Baltimore. We did carry that. Ironically, Nwapuda has not fought since that bout as well. That was his pro debut. And neither one has fought since that time. It was a tough bout. Nishinbayev did not really get off to a good start in that bout. He had been known for some outstanding bouts in his young career. He had a crushing knockout over Norman Allen in his second pro bout. But he hasn't fought since July of 2015. So it'll be interesting to see what he does against Donald Wallace, who I thought fought well against Gregory Clark, but I didn't think he got off to a good start and didn't sustain that start against Clark. And Clark was able to take that bout over a little bit more. So that's a 4-round co-feature. Donald Wallace taking on Zavbek Nishinbayev. Also on the card, Devontae Speed Rawls. He was scheduled to take on Matt Murphy. He will not take on Matt Murphy. Instead, he'll take on Dion Richardson out of Newark, New Jersey. That bout scheduled for 6 rounds. Speed Rawls is 8-0-1, 6 KOs, coming off that 3rd-round stoppage of Rynell Griffin on March 25th at UDC, University District of Columbia. Richardson bounced back from suffering his first pro loss early in the year. He scored a first-round TKO over previously undefeated Scott Keller. Scott Keller was 5-0 going into this bout, and Richardson knocked him out in the first round on June 2nd at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So that's be interesting to see what happens. A lot of people think this bout could be the bout of the night, because Richardson will really come into the play against Devontae Speed Rawls and may give him one of his toughest bouts in his young pro career. So we'll see what happens there in that bout. Also on the card, Ernest Lightning Bug Hall takes on DC's Tyrone Wright in a 4-round contest. Wright returns to the ring for the first time in a while. Hall is 2-0, 1 KO. He last fought on the March 30th card at Michaels, won a 4-round unanimous decision over the always tough Lamont White. Meanwhile, Tyrone Wright is 2-2, but he has not competed since January of 2015. He was knocked out by Thomas Mattis in the first round at the Washington Convention Center in D.C. So he hasn't fought since then. His other loss was a pretty bad one, too, in retrospect, because he is the only person to have lost to Benjamin Olinga. Benjamin Olinga is now 1-9, 1-10, something like that. And Olinga won I believe it was a majority decision over Tyrone Wright at it was at Showplace Arena in Upper Marlboro, I believe it was. So now that is the card. We also have 3 amateur bouts on the card. We won't be covering those, but we'll be covering the pro card on the show. It looks like Alexandru Spartan Marine will also not be on this card coming up on Thursday night, July 13th. So that's where the card looks as of now. Hopefully, won't be any last-minute changes going into this situation, but we will be there live from Michael's 8th Avenue in Glen Burnie, Maryland. Juan Marshall and I will have the call starting around 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, we speculate. That may change, so just be on the lookout when we post. We see if you're on one of the sites, either the Box on Beltway Google app for Android itself or Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio.com, you will get a notice saying that our card is on the air. So look forward to joining you, hopefully around 9 o'clock. The card, I believe, scheduled started at 8:30. The 3 amateur bouts shouldn't take that long. So around 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, we'll be on the air. That's what we're looking at for the card. Don't forget, it's a big weekend, of course. July 13th at Michael's 8th Avenue. July 14th, we've got Antoine Douglas and Glenn DeZern on the card at the Buffalo Run Casino in Miami, Oklahoma. Glenn DeZern's bout against Adam Montequia Lopez that we talked about yesterday will be on the telecast. For some reason, again, I don't understand why. Antoine Douglas's bout will not be on the telecast against Bruno Sandoval. That's the Showbox telecast. I believe the Showbox telecast starts around around 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. We'll post that on the blog coming up. And then on Saturday, July 15th, we'll be at the Spinks Club in Washington, D.C. for the GQ Promotions card. Again, we don't plan to do a broadcast from there. The Wi-Fi there, as we say, was terrible. We previewed the card yesterday, so you can listen to the preview from yesterday's Beltway Boxing News and Notes about that card as well. So a lot going on in the Beltway, as we always say, and we have more to come. We have some good amateur bouts cards coming up. We can tell you that the ceasefire Don't Smoke the Brothers and Sisters card, the annual card that our buddy Al-Malik Farrakhan has at the Upshur Recreation Center on 14th and Upshur Streets in Northwest D.C. will be on Saturday, August the 26th, I believe the date is on that. And that'll be the Upshur Recreation Center in Northwest Washington, D.C. We'll tell you more about that a little bit later on down the road. But we have some good things coming up. And we also have a pro card that is coming to the Howard Theater on Saturday, August the 12th. So look forward to seeing that there as well. That's a Headbangers Promotions card, and we'll tell you more about that a little bit later on as well. That's for Saturday, August 12th. So we still got a lot of things going on in the Beltway. But, of course, we wanted to give you this preview, this re-preview, I guess you could say, of the Michael's 8th Avenue card because it has changed so much. And so we posted it up on the blog, and now we've given it here. So look forward to seeing you there Thursday night, July 13th, from Michael's 8th Avenue in Glen Burnie, Maryland. If you can't make it, we'll be on the air around 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This special edition of Beltway Boxing News and Notes brought to you once again by Real Time Pain Relief. You go to freepainoffer.com, buy $10 worth of Real Time Pain Relief. You get a free $10 tube of Real Time Pain Relief. Rub it on. The pain is gone in real time. I'm Gary Digital Williams. Look forward to seeing you on Thursday night from Michael's 8th Avenue in Glen Burnie, Maryland. Until then, thanks for joining us, and always remember to keep supporting the best boxing in the world, the boxing along the Beltway. Thanks for listening. Take care.